I'm scared today because the full game's out and we all know how this works. The match engine changes a little bit, your tactics all break, it all goes out the window. I'm getting my excuses in early today. We've got a triple header. It's really hard. Let's see how we get on. Yes, folks, how is it going? And welcome back to the channel. This is episode number 19 of our Newcastle Let's Play. Loads of people checked out yesterday's episode. I don't know if that's because in the title it said £100 million and people click on it, or maybe people just found it having started playing Football Manager, because of course it is now officially out. We are out of the beta. The game has been updated. There's not the little text in the bottom corner anymore. Everything suddenly gets a whole lot more serious. Just as a reminder, the aim of this series is to win the Champions League in 5 years. This is year number 3. We need to do well this year. And well, today we come back for a big game against Ajax, as well as 2 games in the league that are kind of must win, as the league table is looking a little bit crowded towards the top. The top 5 teams separated by just 5 points. Now, of course, last episode we took on Arsenal and Bayern away from home. Since then, a lot of football played. We are still in the Carabao Cup. We kicked off that cup run with a 6-0 win against Bolton. We followed that up with a 3-0 win against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Unfortunately, we then lost against Benfica. I do feel like we were pretty unlucky in this defeat. The first goal, a set piece that cannoned off our own defender's head as the ball was booted at him. And then, well, they scored another in the first half. Right before half-time, I thought we were doing well. Rodriguez decided to just put it into the top bins. And whilst we did get a late goal back, it was Joey Willock with it. It was a little bit too little too late. You can see how many men we had committed forward here. We were playing our more attacking system at the end of this game. Unfortunately, that goal there was not enough. A defeat in a game that we really should be winning and really probably could have won on another day. I mean, looking at the stats, I think it's safe to say we were unlucky. After that Benfica game, we got a really good 1-1 draw against Liverpool. Adeyemi with a last-minute goal in this one. Adeyemi developing really well, scoring goals for fun at the moment, hoping he's going to keep his good form going. 4 assists in his last 5. And after that late goal against Liverpool, the goals kept coming in the next game. A 5-0 win against Leicester. Leicester at this moment, when we beat them, were going pretty strong still. They have fallen off the pace since. Calvert-Lewin scored a lot, basically. He had a goal disallowed. He could have got a hat-trick. It was a weird game. It was only 1-0 at half-time, but in the second half, we came out possessed. Top-quality performance. A sea of green. It's what we want to see. Off the back of the 5-0, didn't think we were going to be able to trump it. Against Ajax, we won 8-0. 8. Calvert-Lewin got 5. Ajax, for whatever reason, played this tactic, and they played it. If they play it in this next game, I'm going to do the exact same approach, but we played a wide style of play. We stretched their midfield. We bullied them, and the goals kind of just flowed. Probably the most one-sided game in a competitive match we've had in 3 years here at Newcastle. It was crazy. Unfortunately, as is our brand, after an 8-0 win, we couldn't follow it up with another win. We drew 1-1 away against Norwich at Carrow Road. However, in the month of November, a win against Man City sees us continue in the Carabao Cup. Most recently, we beat Crystal Palace 4-0. Nice variety of goal scorers, and with those games, you can see we now sit 4th. Chelsea, who we played today, are a little off the pace. Elsewhere, Man City with a game in hand, which if they win, would see them go top of the table. Scared for the fact we play them away from home in the 3rd match today. So there's no transfer news or anything else really going on at the moment. We're in that weird part of the year where it's just lots of big matches. The first of the big matches we're covering today is against Ajax. A win here could set us up quite nicely in the Champions League. It would leave our fate entirely in our own hands. We are going to play the exact same system that demolished them 8-0 at home. Not entirely sure we can expect the same level of performance again, and this is my first match in the latest version of the match engine. So we're going to hope that the 4-3-3 is working. In the beta, one of my big gripes was with the not inverted wingers, the inside forwards, kind of operating like wingers. So very interested to see how they perform for us today. In terms of their tactical system, they do appear to have learnt a lesson. They are not playing the same system again. Okay, 30 minutes played. Finally, we have a highlight. I was getting concerned it was going to be one of those games. Ajax yet to have a shot on goal at all. We have been the better team. Hopefully, we're going to make it count here as the ball's put into the back post. Adeyemi got to be a little bit careful on a booking. He couldn't get there. Mukiele, though, back with the ball in the wide area, playing right back in this team today. And, Musiala's header is clung on to by Onana. First bit of action we've really seen the goalkeeper have to do here. We've looked really, really convincing in this game so far. Not having much of the ball, but just in terms of actual shots, I mean, we're completely outclassing them. And it's going to be Luca Digne down the left-hand side again, inside to Musiala. Didn't score his header. Can he get the assist? Of course he can. Calvert-Lewin, he got 5 against Ajax last time. Don't think he's going to get 5 again, but that's number 1. We'll start keeping count. And that was a really, really nicely worked goal. Down the far side of the pitch, the kind of overlapping wing-back, just creating a bit of an overload inside. Musiala, not even afforded that much space, to be honest, but did really well to pull the ball across through the defender's leg. Calvert-Lewin finishes it, and his goal-scoring form in Europe continues. Mukiele with the throw-in. Right now, due to the other results, we are now top of the Champions League group. It does feel like a group that could come down to the wire. Our last game is against Benfica, and well, on my word, we nearly scored a crazy goal there. Adeyemi's header just wide of the post. That would have been nuts if it had gone in. Bayern, by the way, currently winning 2-0. So, yeah, they're not doing too badly against Benfica. Luca Digne, back post. Had so much space in the wide areas. I guess they are playing with 3 centre attacking mids, and the ball's in the back of the net. The defender got a foot on it, and it made it difficult for Onana to stop. It's in the back of the net, and I'm not really sure how. We double our lead right before half-time. It's a good goal. Musiala, again, has been playing as an inside forward a little bit as of late. I've kind of been experimenting with him. Of course, he's played box-to-box midfielder. He's played advanced playmaker. And, I mean, he's been given the goal there. I'm not sure I'm going to give him credit for that goal. The defender kicked it into his own net as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not going to worry too much. They've not had a shot in that first half. You can see Ajax's shape playing with 3 centre attacking mids, all as attacking midfielders when it comes to their roles, which is a little bit odd. I feel like they're not really tracking back, and it's just affording our wide players loads of space to get into. Always the risk, I suppose, that when our wing-backs go forward as complete wing-backs, they catch us out in behind. But at the moment, that doesn't really seem to be the case. Although, let's not count our chickens before they hatch, because if Ajax get an early goal here, suddenly this entire game changes a little bit. And at the moment, for the first time all game, they have us penned in at the edge of the box, and they hit the woodwork. It could have gone off the back of the keeper and into his own net, but in the end, we're going to get it away from danger just. Now with Mukiele, playing right wing-back today, ahead of Mbabu, ahead of Emerson. He's been pretty good in right wing-back so far this year, so we've continued playing him there. And while speaking of the devil, he's going to tee it up for Calvert-Lewin, who you back to win a header and get it on target. On that occasion, over the bar, but, well, we go straight into another highlight here. Gertz not going to get on the end of that one. Now with Musiala, who plays it forward. That was a bit of an ambitious ball. Onana going to sweep up the mess. There was a clean-up on aisle 3. He has dealt with the clean-up. Although maybe we're going to create another spillage here. Mukiele runs straight into trouble with Tadic picking up the ball. Ajax now looking to build out from midfield. They've had a decent amount of the ball, but of course, the way that we like to play, whilst we will press, we're not too fussed about sitting back and just waiting for teams to, I suppose, gift us the ball, just like they have here. Musiala in the wide area. Players queuing up in the middle. 4 players in the box. No shortage of options. Declan Rice, one of them. His glancing header just wide of the post. We're going to make some changes. Adeyemi needs to be a little bit careful. We'll take him off and bring in Gabriel Barbosa. Of course, both Adeyemi and Barbosa are left-footed, so they are very well suited to play out on the right-hand side. Elsewhere, Luca Digne is on a booking. I'm going to take him off for Michaelenko just to be safe. We are throwing men forward. We seem to always have just so many players ahead of the ball to try and pick out, and it's causing Ajax a lot of issues trying to pick up our men as Gabby, on off the bench, has a golden opportunity. Within 5 minutes of coming on, he could have had a goal. Keeper made a very good stop there, though. Mukiele to Rice. Gabby with it again. He's been everywhere in this game since he's come on. He nearly scores a banger. Just over the bar. Apparently, Musiala's given it everything that he's got. We're going to bring in Joe Willock to play out on the left-hand side. Have been training him to play as an inverted winger. With the exception of his crossing, he's pretty good at the role, to be honest. Joe Willock is a surprisingly gifted individual in Football Manager, which might sound like a really backhanded compliment, but he's just so versatile for a load of positions. He's been so useful in our squad. And while following on from that change, not a great deal going to happen. I'm kind of okay with that, though. A 2-0 win away from home. It's a clean sheet, a really good performance. It sets us up nicely. Of course, with that result, you can see we do go top of the group stage. Our next 2 games are against Bayern and Benfica. We're not going to do the Bayern game because that's in about, I think, 2 weeks' time. However, we are going to be doing the Benfica game next episode, which, at least at the moment, looks like it could be the big decider. unless it's not and results go our way, in which case, I don't know what the plan is for next episode. You know what, let's not worry about tomorrow's episode just yet. We've got to focus on today's problems. That's for tomorrow, Jack, to deal with. We've got Chelsea at home. We've then got an international break. 2 more games coming your way. This is a game we really should be winning. Let's go make sure we do it, shall we? Okay, we're going to get straight into game number 2, I think. Chelsea at home. Chelsea a little bit off the pace. They're not a million miles behind us. This is the kind of game where if we want to maintain our charge as part of that leading pack at the top of the table, we need to get a result. In terms of the team that we're going to go with, we are going to revert back to our 5 at the back system. Worth noting that unfortunately, Tomori is currently out needing a rest. I mean, I could play him, but the high risk of an injury scares me. So in fact, we're going to bring Godfrey into the team. I've brought him in to do a job in the first team. He's played fairly regular first team football, already 10 starts this season in November. And to be honest, he's been really, really reliable when we've called upon him. Elsewhere in the team, Livramento comes in at right wing back as part of this system. Of course, at 20 years old, showing a load of promise for the future, continuing to develop. His mentoring group is working wonders as well with his determination going up. Elsewhere in the team, worth noting, you might have spotted Sesko wasn't in the team. Sesko, great start to his time at the club, was developing really nicely. Unfortunately, almost straight after last episode, he tore his hamstring. He's been out for 6 weeks with it. It's still a little way away from being back fit and ready to go. So that kind of sucks. He looked really reliable before he got injured. So we've had to deal with life without him. It has left us a little bit short at the top, although Ransford Yeboah has done quite good. I mean, 2 goals in 1 start and 1 appearance on off the bench in the league. It's all I can really ask for. So going into this game, expecting Chelsea to line up with a 4-3-3. They've been playing with a false 9, which is going to be interesting if they do continue playing with a false 9. I feel like we should really be able to mark them out of the game and just defend this really well. A false 9 benefits from being able to pull one of 2 centre-backs out of possession and out of position when without the ball. With our defence, I feel like even if one defender goes, we still have 2 back. And we also have Musiala, who can just do that for us. I mean, that's fair enough. Almada's going to be given an assist. I don't really know if players should be given assists for goals like this. I mean, Musiala's quite good, isn't he? Edge of the box, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches, gets it out of his feet. Mendy dives for it. It was all in vain. Into the top bins. That's the kind of start I want to see. That was mad. Watford, by the way, beat Tottenham 4-0 earlier today. Of course Watford beat Tottenham 4-0. Why wouldn't they beat Tottenham 4-0? Okay, at half-time, it's 1-0, that Musiala strike, the only bit of action we've seen. I mean, looking at the stats, Chelsea have had 1 shot on target with an XG of 0.06. And whilst we've had a lot of shots and our XG isn't particularly high, I've got to be happy with that half still. We've dominated the game, we've controlled the play, had 54% of the ball. More of the same in the second half, please. Livramento, back to Livakovic. You can see here, Chelsea trying to press out from the back, but with their kind of attacking setup, they're not able to efficiently press the 5 defenders that we have. And we've worked this so nicely. Calvert-Lewin, can he finish it? Of course he can finish it. Karim Adeyemi with the assist. That is goal number 13 for DCL. Had his issues with injuries last year, had his issues with discipline earlier on this year, but in the last month or so, he's come into his own. Great ball through by Adeyemi, and the touch around the keeper is tasty. 5 minutes into this second half, we double our lead, and we are dominating Chelsea right now. Corner on the far side. Could it get worse for Chelsea? Ben Godfrey's there. It's in off the post. It is going to get worse. It is 3-0, and this is kind of a humiliation at this point, I think. There's still 27 minutes left of this game. We're without Tomori, who misses out on the opportunity to play his former club, but Godfrey just comes on off the bench, showcasing our strength in depth. He puts it in, and I mean, look at the average ratings. There's 20 minutes left here. I'm just going to take Declan Rice out because he's on a booking and it's better to be safe, but it's one of those games where everyone's kind of playing so well, I'm scared to touch it. I don't want to ruin what's happening. 7 minutes left. I think it's safe to say at this point Chelsea aren't coming back, but could we get another? Oh, we very nearly did for a second. Calvert-Lewin heads just over the crossbar. 5 minutes left of this game. And to be honest, Chelsea have created absolutely nothing. We've dominated the match. I mean, they're going to look for maybe a late consolation with 20 seconds left, but We've shut them down. They've created nothing. Going forward, we've been clinical. And I mean, Livakovic, first bit of action he's had to do all game. Not a bad little stop there. Ensures the clean sheet should remain intact. And this is going to be a fairly classic result, I feel like. To beat this Chelsea team 3-0 at home. I thought for a moment Brendan Loddy was going to poke that in the net. But no, to beat this Chelsea team at home 3-0 is pretty bloody special. And Ben Godfrey, if there was any question marks over starting him, he just got man of the match. What was it, 26, 27 million that we paid for him this year? I mean, right now he looks like an absolute bargain. You can see here, we go ahead of City with that result. However, they have got 2 games in hand, one of which I think is going to be tomorrow. And of course, we've got to play them in our very next game. If we have a look at things, that game is in 2 weeks' time. Not entirely sure we're prepared for it. It's going to be away from home against the team who we finished just above last year to get into the Champions League. They're going to want a little bit of vengeance. Let's go see if we can fend them off. Okay, we have made it through the international break. We're taking on Man City. Game number 3 today. I feel like that Chelsea game was a bit odd. We won 3-0, but there wasn't that much that actually happened in it besides the goals themselves. Maybe we'll have an equally action-packed game here, as I realise I didn't actually get to the match day quite yet. This is awkward. We'll just hit continue. We're there. Liverpool just beat Fulham 8-0. Oh dear. Arsenal drew. That's a good result for us, actually. That puts us ahead of Arsenal with a game in hand. If we win this game here, there's a little bit of breathing room suddenly between ourselves and the teams just outside the top 4. So this would be a good one to win. Liverpool, I mean, we are theoretically within touching distance, but if they keep winning 8-0, that is going to be quite difficult to catch them, isn't it? So in terms of team selection for today's game, I think I'm inclined just to go with the exact same team that bullied Chelsea. No change in personnel, no change in shape. We're going to stick with Godfrey in the middle. Sorry, Tamori, but you've kind of just lost your spot. Yeah, I think this is one of those games where the team somewhat picks itself. I feel like players like Musiala, Calvert-Lewin, Adeyemi, they're starting to come into their own. Youngsters, especially in the cases of Adeyemi and Musiala, who have some seriously crazy potential, but actually now are really discovering the fact they're good players now. They can do it for us in the present, and obviously that makes the coming years very, very exciting. That said, this Man City team is quite good. Of course, Vincent Kompany is their manager. I talked about the fact that our 3 at the back were quite good at containing a false 9 last match. It's a bit different when it's Ferran Torres and Haaland up front. Oh no, don't do us a kickoff highlight as well, Football Manager. Don't do it to me. I can't handle this. I can't. Oh God, he's missed an open goal. I don't believe it. How's he missed that? He is human. I mean, Haaland's missed a golden opportunity there. I'm actually wondering, and oh my word, Godfrey, you've got to win the header there. Nice, calm, relaxed start to this game. Everything's fine. I wonder how many former Red Bull Club players there are on the pitch in this game, because we have a fair few, obviously. There's Haaland as well. I'm just thinking of Adeyemi, Gvardiol, Haaland. It all adds up, and I'll tell you what, one of them has just scored. Adeyemi, how have you squeezed that in on your left foot? I'm not really sure. His goal scoring's been a little quiet this year. He's got plenty of assists, so I'm not overly concerned by it. I thought when Edison dropped it and it got cleared away wide, that was the chance over. But a quick 1-2 with Livramento. Adeyemi found some space, opened up his body, wrapped his foot around it, finds the bottom corner. Haaland's missed an open goal and somehow we're ahead. All within the first 2 minutes. That is mad. Set piece for us to deal with here. Kevin De Bruyne. Back post, Haaland is unmarked. That's not really what I want to see inside our own penalty area. I'll be honest with you. Dumfries plays it forward to Bernardo Silva. Inside to Fabian. Great tackle. Was that Luca Digne? I think it was. Huge by him. Musiala now bringing it forward. Calvert-Lewin plays through Adeyemi, who should get on the end of it. Does get on the end of it. Difficult chance, really, but he holds it up nicely. Almada hits it. It's blocked, but only as far as Musiala. He scored a banger last game. Could he get another one here, maybe? Almada, Adeyemi, Calvert-Lewin. Really nicely worked, and that effort was pretty confident by Calvert-Lewin. It was not far over the crossbar and not far wide either. Inside the first 20 minutes, we looked pretty good. I say all of that. I've just willed it into existence. Haaland has only just missed there. Oh, I'm so scared. Whenever he gets the ball, he's like a cheat code in Football Manager, and it's not fair. 35 minutes gone here. Man City starting to get on top in this game, it feels like a little bit, but I'm hesitant to change anything too much because we did a reasonable good job of kind of shutting them down. And of course, naturally, we're playing Man City. They're going to have the ball high up the pitch. We like to drop back. We play into their hands. And, well, Haaland finished that one well. I think he went too early. VAR, please. Love VAR, mate. That is a relief, isn't it? Goal disallowed. It was offside. It looked offside in the moment, but Fabian playing it through. Haaland, yeah, okay. It's not even really close, is it? He's a couple of yards off. It's a crazy first touch and crazy finish, but it counts for nothing. 5 minutes left of this first half. I will quite happily get to half-time at 1-0, he says, as another highlight begins. 1 minute of added time. We're into the last minute before that minute kicks in. We're on the attack. Adeyemi's through. He's chipped it. And it's gone wide. The chip was a bit weird there, wasn't it? He should have just hit it low. I don't want to tell him how to play football. I'm sure he knows. I mean, let's look at the positives. 1-0 at the break. Man City haven't created that much. I'm going to tell the players that was a good half. I think that's all I really can do here. Livakovic, Gvardiol, Godfrey. Out from the back we play, and out from the back quite nicely we play. It's weird. 4-4-2s is not kind of a formation we come up against that often, but the 4-4-2 that Man City are playing here, we've matched quite nicely so far. Adeyemi, little give and go with Almada. Surely he finishes this one. He doesn't. He doesn't finish it. I'm getting concerned now because we've had chances and we've squandered them. 58 minutes gone here. I think I'm ready to haul off Adeyemi in this game. Although he's scored. Apparently he's had a good game. I'm not convinced he has, but I'll trust the staff. I don't want to bring Van der Voort on up top. I want to bring in Ransford Yeboah up top. I feel like this is a Ransford game to come in. Elsewhere, do I want to make more subs? Do I want to make more changes for the sake of it? You know what? We'll bring in Michaelenko at left back, I think. Get some fresh legs into the team. Take off the players who just aren't quite performing. I mean, I really hope we're not going to live to regret the Adeyemi misses in this game. Obviously, 2 subs now made. Ransford Yeboah's come on. Mukiele, got to be a bit careful here. He's on a yellow card, gifting the ball to Haaland. It's a minor heart-in-mouth moment. And then Livramento just gives them the ball back. And Man City, a charity case. Have I not been informed by our players that we're doing a charity drive? Just giving them the ball. Raheem Sterling's going to keep that in as well. This is scary. Whip back post. Ferran Torres is there. Gvardiol gets away from danger. Now with Denzel Dumfries. To Fabian, who got the assist on the disallowed goal. We know he can pull the strings from deep. And that ball is whipped in. Haaland hits the woodwork. Gvardiol gets it away. And we're still holding on. And I am going to just start to time waste. Some would call me a negative manager, time wasting with 25 minutes left. I think it's sensible. Ball whipped in. We head it clear. Please end the highlight, Football Manager. I don't need to see any more. Thank you. Denzel Dumfries on the far side throws it straight to Musiala, who nips in there. Ransford Yeboah, fresh off the bench. Can he stretch his legs and pull the strings out wide? Holds up the ball nicely. Gives it to Musiala, who's going to bring it forward and have a go from range. And have a go, my word, he will. Playing that box-to-box midfielder role for us today. And that was probably better than the one he scored against Chelsea. Ransford Yeboah held it up nicely. Gives it to Musiala, but he has a lot to do here. He hits it, and it just hits the woodwork and just goes across the line. That is a crazy, crazy goal and something special. Man City, by the way, yet to have a shot on target in this game. If we get a third, it's game over. Musiala nearly did it again. Right, we need to calm down. Bloody hell. Just going to say it again. Man City, yet to have a shot on target. There's 3 minutes left. I think this game is done. What a top quality defensive performance this episode has been. Now, let's be honest, we did ride our luck in this game. There was a few times where Man City probably should have scored. But to win that game 2-0 away from home, and whilst the Musiala goal was special, it wasn't like it was a screamer that won us the game. We never looked like losing it. And, wow, I'm really, really happy with that. With that result, we climb up to second all of a sudden. Apparently there's interest in Adeyemi. He still has a release clause. I feel like I need to get rid of the release clause. It's 85 million. He's interested in the interest. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. Who wants him? Everyone. Oh, I swear if his release clause gets triggered in January, I might have a meltdown. That's a concern. We'll worry about that in the future though. Right now he's playing well. We'll try and get Adeyemi a new contract. I've just realised, entirety of November, we kept clean sheets. We are looking so good defensively. You can see as well, it's not like we've relied on one of the two systems. We've played whichever system suits the game that we're going into, and we are already reaping the rewards from that. Of course, we've invested so much into the defence, you would hope they'd be doing quite well. In terms of next time, we might come back for the game against Benfica and pair it up with another game later in December. The Champions League group's in a bit of a weird spot because we play Bayern next. If we beat them, we're guaranteed to go through. If we lose to them, the Benfica game becomes this kind of do-or-die game that everything matters on. So it's kind of a little up in the air at the moment. But ultimately, I don't want to do Bayern again. I'm conscious of the fact we've done quite a lot of matches today. And for people wondering, Jack, why not just play Bayern now? Just do the Bayern match as well. I literally don't have time. It's nearly midnight. And I need to get this video ready, recorded. Editing Jack, he needs to see it. I'm sorry. I am human. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up everything from me today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. As always, we will be back tomorrow with more. I hope we're going to keep more clean sheets, more goals, more of everything we've seen today. We are second. We are brilliant. I can't wait for tomorrow. I'll see you then.